Listen closely. These final hours of December carry a weight most people never sense. Time slows here, energy condenses, and the mind becomes fertile ground. I am Shi Heng Yi, and through years of discipline, observation, and inner training, one truth stands clear. Endings shape beginnings more than beginnings themselves. Spiritually and psychologically, the closing days of a cycle act like a narrow gate. Attention placed here does not disappear. It transforms. Thoughts held now become patterns tomorrow. Emotions carried forward quietly determine direction in the months ahead. Many treat these days as leftovers, yet these moments function as a bridge. One side holds the lessons, failures, and growth of the past year. The other side holds the unseen structure of the next. Crossing this bridge without awareness leads to repetition. Crossing it awake leads to change. This teaching brings clarity to sensations rising now. The restless mind, the sudden memories, the pull towards silence, or the urge to escape it. None of this appears by accident. Hidden forces activate during transitions. Ancient traditions protected this understanding, while modern life distracts from it. Staying until the end reveals how to align inner state with the closing energy of December, so January opens clean, strong, and directed. Direction forms before action. Master the inner closing and the outer opening response. A small adjustment now prevents years of correction later. Remain present and listen beyond the words. Calm awareness here becomes momentum ahead. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, a space for discipline, awareness, and inner mastery. Subscribe and walk this path with us. Stop. This is where many paths silently break. An unfinished mind cannot receive a new direction. Unresolved emotions linger like open doors, letting old energy drift into every new beginning. Grudges replay conversations long past. Fear rehearses futures that never arrive. Regret keeps attention tied to moments already gone. The mind stays occupied, and when the mind stays full, nothing new enters. Inner space matters more than outer movement. People chase change while carrying the same emotional weight forward. The calendar turns, yet the inner world remains crowded. Spiritual law works with precision. Growth responds to readiness, not desire. Blessings require room. Guidance requires silence. Opportunity requires presence. Without closure, the mind keeps negotiating with yesterday. Many prayers feel unanswered for this reason. Not because they are ignored, but because they arrive at a place already filled. God often waits for inner completion before allowing outer expansion. Release signals trust. Letting go signals maturity. Closure shows that lessons were received, not resisted. When resistance fades, movement begins. Emotions unexamined become invisible chains. They shape reactions, decisions, and expectations without permission. Fear narrows perception. Regret weakens confidence. Grudges distort judgment. None announce their influence, yet all quietly lead the way. Awareness dissolves this control. Recognition opens space. Closure does not mean forgetting. It means understanding without attachment. It means seeing clearly without reopening wounds. When the mind completes a chapter internally, energy returns to the present. Attention gathers strength. Intuition sharpens. Peace replaces tension, not through force, but through honesty. These final days of December press gently on the mind, inviting resolution. Thoughts surface for release. Feelings ask to be acknowledged, not carried forward. This moment rewards courage over comfort. The mind that completes becomes light. The light mind moves freely. Slow down. The urgency felt right now does not come from the world. It rises from within. Noise increases at the end of a cycle because distraction tries to pull attention away from clarity. Silence feels uncomfortable for many because silence reveals truth. Yet this is where guidance waits. In the final days, God does not shout. There are no dramatic signs, no sudden thunder. Direction arrives quietly through calm awareness and subtle inner knowing. Stillness creates space for recognition. When movement pauses, patterns become visible, thoughts settle. The nervous system relaxes. In this state, intuition strengthens. Messages that were always present become audible. Many miss them because speed feels productive. Yet speed dulls perception, slowness sharpens it. Those who pause now gain insight that effort alone cannot produce. Solitude becomes medicine here. Even brief moments of quiet restore alignment. A few minutes without stimulation resets the inner compass. This is why restlessness appears. The mind resists stillness before it accepts it. Passing through that resistance reveals peace beneath it. Peace carries information. Calm carries instruction. Discipline during these days looks simple. Fewer words, fewer reactions, less consumption, more observation, less commentary, more listening. Silence reorganizes the inner world without struggle. Decisions feel lighter. Confusion loosens. Direction forms naturally. Many wait for clear signs while ignoring gentle nudges. Guidance often arrives as a calm sense of knowing, a quiet certainty without explanation. It arrives when attention softens. Those who slow down notice shifts in thought, subtle emotional releases, and unexpected clarity. This clarity does not excite the ego. It steadies the spirit. The world rewards urgency. Wisdom rewards patience. These days favor those who step back, breathe deeply, and allow stillness to work. What emerges from silence now shapes movement ahead. Notice the quiet question life asks right now, not about success, not about achievement, but about recognition. Gratitude is not courtesy, it is readiness. It reveals awareness. Those who can see clearly recognize not only gains, but survival. This year tested strength, patience, and faith in ways unseen by others. The fact that breath continues, lessons remain, and inner fire still burns matters more than any visible result. Many wait for more before giving thanks. That waiting delays movement. Gratitude signals that understanding has matured. It shows that value is recognized even when outcomes appear incomplete. Spirit responds to this recognition. Promotion follows awareness, not entitlement. The one who acknowledges the path already walked becomes capable of carrying a wider one ahead. Recognition sharpens perception. It shifts attention from lack to learning, from loss to refinement, from struggle to resilience. Each experience carried wisdom forward. Each challenge removed illusion. Gratitude acknowledges this transformation. It anchors growth internally, where it cannot be taken away. This test remains subtle. It appears in quiet reflection, not public display. Gratitude expressed inwardly carries weight. It aligns the heart with reality. It steadies emotion. It clears impatience. Those who pass this test move forward with humility and strength, not arrogance or fear. When gratitude settles, comparison fades. The mind stops racing ahead. Presence deepens. The nervous system relaxes. Energy stabilizes. This stability becomes the foundation for what arrives next. New responsibility requires grounded awareness. New opportunity demands emotional balance. Gratitude cultivates both. Those prepared for expansion can name what endured. Courage, discipline, insight, integrity. These survived the year. Recognizing them activates confidence without pride. Quiet strength replaces urgency. The inner posture shifts. The way opens. Let go. Not later, not slowly. Now. Release is not a suggestion at the end of a cycle. It is a requirement. Identities once built for survival may no longer fit growth. Habits that offered comfort may now restrict movement. Expectations formed in past seasons cannot guide future steps. Carrying them forward creates friction where flow is meant to exist. Attachment feels safe because it is familiar, yet familiarity can become a cage. The mind resists release by calling it loss. In truth, release restores energy. Every role outlived, every pattern repeated beyond its purpose weighs down attention. Destiny responds to openness. Holding on delays alignment. Growth demands honesty. Ask quietly which behaviors still serve direction and which simply repeat habit. Some labels were worn to endure pressure. Some routines formed under fear. Some expectations came from others, not inner truth. Continuing them fractures focus. Letting them go restores integrity. Release does not erase experience, it integrates it. Lessons remain, wisdom stays, only excess weight drops. Movement becomes natural again. When identity loosens, adaptability strengthens. When habit softens, awareness expands. When expectation dissolves, presence deepens. The final days of December expose attachment clearly. Thoughts return to patterns ready to be released. Emotions surface asking for permission to pass. This moment offers choice. Resistance prolongs struggle. Acceptance shortens the path. Destiny moves lightly. It does not negotiate with the past. It responds to readiness. Those who release now create space for precision later. Precision guides opportunity. Opportunity follows alignment. Release also signals trust. Trust that what arrives next requires a new posture. Trust that growth does not punish, it refines. When grip relaxes, direction clarifies. Energy returns. The next step reveals itself without force. Look back without punishment. Accountability does not require shame. It requires clarity. The year holds choices, reactions, moments of courage and moments of hesitation. Seeing them honestly strengthens character. Attacking the self weakens it. Calm observation builds wisdom. Many avoid reflection because truth feels heavy. Yet unexamined experience quietly controls behavior. Responsibility removes that control. It restores authority to the present moment. When actions are owned without excuse, power returns. Growth begins here. Mistakes do not block progress. Avoidance does. Errors reveal direction when faced openly. Patterns become visible. Adjustments become possible. Self-respect grows when honesty replaces justification. This is inner discipline. Spiritual law responds to responsibility. Excuses keep attention scattered. Accountability gathers it. God responds to readiness, not perfection. Readiness appears as willingness to see clearly and act differently. Even small admissions shift energy. Reflection does not dwell on regret. It clarifies intention. Seeing the year accurately allows wisdom to crystallize. Lessons become usable. Insight turns practical. Calm awareness transforms memory into guidance. Responsibility also releases emotional weight. Blame dissolves. Comparison fades. The mind stops replaying arguments with the past. Presence deepens. Focus sharpens. Movement forward becomes simpler. These final days offer a rare moment for truth without judgment. No audience, no performance, only honesty. Owning choices builds trust within. That trust stabilizes emotion. Stability invites direction. The path ahead requires integrity. Integrity begins with self-accountability. Those who accept responsibility stand upright internally. This posture attracts support. Guidance flows toward those who can carry it. Calm truth clears the way. Notice the tiredness that effort cannot cure. This exhaustion does not come from lack of discipline. It comes from misalignment. Pushing in the wrong direction drains strength quickly. When intention and action separate, the body and mind resist. Energy leaks. Progress slows. Effort without alignment creates struggle instead of movement. Many try to end the year by forcing results. More planning, more pressure, more urgency. Yet these final days are not designed for force. They are designed for correction. Small adjustments in intention create greater change than massive effort applied blindly. Alignment restores efficiency. One clear step replaces 10 rushed ones. Alignment begins internally. Why matters more than how. When intention becomes clear, action organizes itself. The mind relaxes. The body cooperates. Resistance fades. Energy returns naturally. This is why clarity feels light while confusion feels heavy. These days invite redirection. Not dramatic decisions, but subtle recalibration. Observe which goals energize and which drain. Notice which thoughts create steadiness and which create tension. The body reveals alignment honestly. Listen to it. Forcing outcomes ignores timing. Timing respects flow. God works through alignment, not strain. When intention matches purpose, movement accelerates without stress. Doors open quietly, assistance appears naturally. Guidance aligns circumstances. Stillness reveals misalignment quickly. Restlessness exposes it. Fatigue highlights it. These signals guide adjustment. Ignoring them prolongs struggle. Responding to them restores balance. Realignment may require letting go of urgency. Urgency narrows vision. Calm expands it. Calm allows correction without self-criticism. These final days reward awareness over activity. Energy preserved now compounds later. Direction clarified now simplifies effort ahead. When intention aligns, action feels inevitable, not exhausting. Movement resumes with ease. The path feels clear again. Forgive, not for others, not for approval. Forgive for freedom. Unforgiveness is an invisible weight. It ties attention to moments that no longer serve, to people who no longer guide, to experiences that have already passed. Holding on to resentment keeps energy trapped in the past. It dims clarity, clouds judgment, and drains momentum. The final days of December expose this tension clearly, offering a chance to release it before the new cycle begins. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not condone wrongdoing or erase memory. It simply untangles the heart from attachment to pain. Each refusal to forgive acts like a chain, pulling energy backward. Each act of release loosens that chain, restoring flow to thought, emotion, and spirit. The mind begins to move freely again, no longer negotiating with yesterday. Unforgiveness disguises itself as justice, pride, or protection. Yet in reality, it restricts growth more than it shields. Every grudge, every irritation, every lingering resentment carries subtle resistance that blocks opportunity. God responds not to stubborn holding, but to willing release. Those who untie these knots now create room for guidance, abundance, and alignment to enter without interference. Spiritual flow depends on movement, not stagnation. Energy must circulate to manifest insight and clarity. When the heart carries resentment, the circulation slows. When forgiveness arrives, even silently, the flow strengthens. Peace enters the gaps left by release. Awareness deepens. Intuition sharpens. Decisions feel lighter. Choices clearer. December's final days press on the heart, not to punish, but to liberate. They reveal where tension lingers and where attention remains bound. Choosing forgiveness allows life to move without obstruction. Release transforms heaviness into readiness. Freedom becomes the gift, quietly offered, quietly earned. Speak carefully. These last moments of December hold power unseen by most. Words now carry weight beyond the surface. They imprint intention onto the coming days. Each declaration, spoken inwardly or aloud, resonates like a seed planted in fertile soil. The energy of endings magnifies everything. What is spoken now expands into the beginning of January, shaping momentum before action begins. Many speak casually, underestimating the force of thought and word combined. Fear disguised as caution, complaint dressed as observation, doubt veiled as planning, all of it travels forward and multiplies. Intentional words, rooted in faith and clarity, behave differently. They attract alignment, open doors, and reinforce focus. They are invitations to guidance, not demands of control. Declarations do not require ceremony. They do not need witnesses. A quiet statement of resolve, a conscious affirmation of purpose, a moment of inner commitment, these hold enormous influence. The universe listens to attention more than volume. Conscious words align with spiritual law, directing energy instead of scattering it. Endings naturally amplify intention. They sharpen the mind's sensitivity. Awareness is heightened. Patterns of thought crystallize. If gratitude, release, and clarity have been practiced, declarations carry not only hope but preparedness. They arrive from grounded strength, not desperation. They set the tone for opportunity, not reaction. This is why reflection matters now. Review what you wish to carry forward and what to leave behind. Speak accordingly. Declare with courage, not expectation. Focus on alignment, not force. Let faith shape the inner dialogue, and the outer world will follow quietly. Every word, intention, and commitment now plants the foundation of January. The energy flows from ending into beginning, from closing into opening. Conscious speech becomes a tool for direction, clarity, and spiritual alignment. Do not expect exhilaration. Not everyone will feel excitement in these final days. Some will notice a quiet pull inward, a need for solitude, a calm that feels unfamiliar. The world celebrates endings with noise and spectacle, yet the soul often responds with stillness. This withdrawal is not avoidance, it is preparation. It is the mind and spirit tuning before the next phase. Calm does not mean inactivity, it signals alignment. When energy retreats, it is reorganizing. Thoughts that once scattered begin to settle. Awareness deepens. Sensitivity to subtle guidance increases. Solitude, though uncomfortable for some, becomes a space where clarity grows naturally. In these moments, decisions refine themselves. Intentions clarify. Emotional clutter dissolves. The mind may resist this quiet. It may stir with restlessness, questioning why others celebrate while you reflect. This tension is temporary. It is the natural pressure of transition. Pressure shapes readiness. It readies the heart, sharpens discernment, and strengthens intuition. Those who embrace stillness find that insight arrives without effort, gently revealing the next step. Solitude also protects energy. It prevents distraction from false urgencies and external noise. It allows inner alignment to consolidate. In these moments, spiritual flow rebalances. Clarity replaces confusion. Strength replaces fatigue. Presence replaces anxiety. Preparation in solitude is not isolation, it is cultivation. The inner world is being arranged to receive what is coming. Lessons are integrated. Emotional weight released. Attention focused. The quiet may feel empty, yet it is full of potential. Those who honor the space find movement becomes effortless once the new cycle begins. December's final stillness is a gift. It is the time when readiness forms quietly, unseen by the busy, unnoticed by the hurried. It asks only awareness, patience, and trust. Understand this: delay is not denial. Unanswered prayers, postponed opportunities, paths that never opened, these are not signs of failure, they are protection. Divine timing operates beyond urgency. Some things did not arrive because the weight of carrying them forward would have blocked growth, disrupted alignment, or weakened readiness. What is withheld now may be the very safeguard needed for what is coming next. Many struggle with frustration, asking why doors remain closed. The mind measures in effort, achievement, and expectation, but timing measures in preparation, maturity, and alignment. Delay is the quiet teacher. It shows where attention is scattered, where lessons remain incomplete, and where trust must deepen. Those who surrender resistance find clarity. Those who accept the pause discover freedom. Reframing is essential. Instead of seeing absence as lack, see it as shaping. What did not arrive was a gift in disguise. It allowed space for reflection, refinement, and inner strengthening. Life preserves energy for readiness. What is withheld ensures you will carry only what you can handle, and handle it fully. Spiritual law prioritizes capability over desire, readiness over insistence. Some blessings come only when the mind, heart, and spirit are aligned. Until that moment, delay protects, teaches, and strengthens. Anxiety over timing only clouds judgment and dissipates energy. Trust clears the path. December's close highlights this truth. Look back on every moment that felt delayed, denied, or missed. See the unseen guidance embedded in each. Realize that protection, not punishment, shaped the experience. Gratitude for timing transforms impatience into patience, doubt into faith, and restlessness into calm vigilance. The pause carries purpose. The waiting has meaning. Trust that every delay was orchestrated for the right unfolding. What arrives next will arrive fully prepared, fully supported, and fully aligned. As these final days of December unfold, remember the power of awareness. Notice your thoughts, your emotions, and the spaces within that need release. Gratitude clears the path, and intentional alignment guides every step forward. Simply being present for this message matters. Your attention, reflection, and openness now shape the beginning of what comes next. Take time in these quiet moments to reflect, pray, or write in a journal. Let your mind settle. Let your heart release what no longer serves. Allow clarity to emerge naturally. Every pause, Every breath, every acknowledgement strengthens the bridge into the new year. If this message resonates, show your commitment to growth by liking this video and subscribing to Shaolin Divine Flow. Stay connected, stay aligned, and continue walking this path of inner mastery with us. Step into the new cycle with calm courage, with gratitude in your heart, and with the confidence that every deliberate action now creates the foundation for what is to come. Presence becomes power. Awareness becomes clarity. Peace becomes your guide. Embrace these final moments fully, and let the closing days of December be the quiet launch into a year of transformation.